deep in the center, and then we can fill out the application afterwards. And there will be a number of prostrations touching the earth. We will try to, as we go along. The main part of the ceremony, when you are asked, after each trainings are read, whether if you're receiving those trainings and you will answer, yes, I do, clearly, to show your commitment to the training. And as we sit, whether we're receiving or supporting, let us enjoy our breathing. There's nothing to worry about. The Sangha is here to give you support. And so enjoy the process. Thank you very much.
In gratitude we offer this incense. Draw space and time to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting careful approach, wholehearted awareness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. The one who bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our Protestant is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere. And with my person in front of each Buddha, I go with my whole life for refuge. Offering light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude. Teaching and living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, the fully enlightened one, to whom we bow in gratitude. Master of the trainings, the teacher Bali, to whom we bow in gratitude. Showing the way fearlessly and compassionately, the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude. study and to practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. The insight that brings us to the other shore. Practicing deeply with the insight that brings us to the other shore. Suddenly discover that all of the five skandhas are equally empty, and with this realization, the overcame all your being. Listen, Shariputra, this body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is this body. This body is not other than emptiness, and emptiness is not other than this body. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariputra, phenomena bear the mark of emptiness. That true nature is the nature of no birth, no death, no being, no non-being, no defilement, no purity, no increasing, no decreasing. That is why in emptiness, body, feelings, perception, mental formations, and consciousness are all separate self-entity. The 18 realms of phenomena, which are the six sense organs, six sense objects, and six consciousnesses, are also not separate self-entities. The callings are interdependent, arising and their extinction are also not separate self-entities. You being the causes of you being, the end of you being, the path inside entertainment are also not separate self-entities. Whoever can see this no longer needs anything to attain. Bodhisattva who practice the insight that brings us to the other shore, see no more obstacles in the mind, and because there are no more obstacles in the mind, they can overcome all fear, destroy all wrong perceptions, and realize perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future, by practicing the insight that brings us to the other shore, are capable of attaining authentic and perfect enlightenment. Therefore, Shariputra, it should be known that the insight that brings us to the other shore is the great mantra, the most illuminating mantra, the highest mantra, a mantra beyond compare.
with the representative and all the orderlies, please stand up and stand behind your mat or cushion and face your cushion to the side so you can touch the earth. And you just follow the representative.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddhaya. The respected teacher, the Reverend Sangha, please listen to us with compassion. We would like to make a formal request. Namo Shakyamuni Buddhaya. The respected teacher, the Noble Sangha, we recognize that we were fortunate. Thanks to the many good seeds sown on us by our blood ancestors and spiritual ancestors, we have been lucky enough to discover the path of mindfulness. This path helps us to practice the art of stopping and finding deeply in the present moment so we can nourish, transform, and heal ourselves and bring joy to ourselves and others. We know that the 5 mindfulness trainings are a complete and beautiful expression of this path. Today, with all our heart, we aspire to receive the 5 precious trainings from our spiritual ancestors and from you, the Noble Sangha. We understand clearly that the following this path will be in the companion of Bodhisattva, and that every moment can be a moment of happiness. We humbly ask our dear spiritual ancestor and Noble Sangha to accept our request and to transmit to us with the training.
We are happy to accept your request. You are very fortunate to have discovered this beautiful path and to have the opportunity to commit yourselves to it. In order to be able to continue on that path, you will always need a Sangha. It is very important for you to join or create a Sangha where you live so you can realize your aspiration.
We thank you, dear respected teacher and the Noble Sangha, for accepting our request. We will follow our precious advice with all our heart.
Please touch the earth 2 more times. Please be seated. Sangha Karman procedure. Has the entire community assembled?
The entire community has assembled.
Is there harmony in the community?
Yes, there is harmony.
Why has the community assembled today?
The community has assembled to perform the Sangha Karman of transmitting the 5 mindfulness trainings.
Noble community, please listen. Today is the 26th of March in the year 2017. Has been chosen as the day to transmit the 5 mindfulness trainings. The community has assembled at the appointed time and is ready to transmit and to receive the mindfulness trainings in an atmosphere of harmony. Thus, the transmission can proceed. Such is the proposal. Is the proposal clear and complete?
Clear and complete.
Today, the community has gathered to give spiritual support to our friends who make the vow to practice the 5 mindfulness trainings. Will the entire community please enjoy your breathing and remain mindful when you hear the 3 sounds of the bell? The sound of the bell is the voice of the Buddha, bringing us back to our true selves. So dear friends, please stand up again. Stand behind your mat or cushion and put the cushions to the side. We'll practice the 4 touching of the earth in gratitude. So after the recitation of each line and the sound of the bell, please touch the earth 1 time. In gratitude to our Father and Mother, who have brought us life, we touch the earth deeply before the 3 jewels in the 10 directions.
Giới tử mang ơn cha mẹ sinh thành, cúi đầu kính lễ tam bảo thường trụ trong 10 phương.
In gratitude to our teachers who have shown us how to understand and love, we touch the earth deeply before the 3 jewels in the 10 directions.
Giới tử mang ơn sư trưởng giáo huấn, cúi đầu kính lễ tam bảo thường trụ trong 10 phương.
In gratitude to our friends who give us guidance and support on the path, we touch the earth deeply before the 3 jewels in the 10 directions.
Giới tử mang ơn bằng hữu và các bậc thiện tri thức đã tác thành cho, cúi đầu kính lễ tam bảo thường trụ trong 10 phương.
In gratitude to all beings in the animal, plant, and mineral worlds, we touch the earth deeply before the three jewels in the 10 directions.
Giới tử mang ơn mọi loài chúng sanh, cây cỏ và đất đá, cúi đầu kính lễ tam bảo thường trụ trong 10 phương.
Please sit down on your knees. You can use a cushion to help stable your posture. And join your palm as you hear the recitation of each training, and after which you will answer, and then you touch the earth one time. So we're suggested that you would just go ahead and sit down, and after the answer, yes I do, you just bow your head instead of touching the earth. Please join your palms. Dear friends, now is the time to transmit the 5 mindfulness trainings. The 5 mindfulness trainings represent the Buddhist vision for a global spirituality and ethic. They are a concrete expression of the Buddha's teachings on the 4 Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. The path of right understanding and true love, leading to healing, transformation, and happiness for ourselves and for the world. To practice the 5 mindfulness training is to cultivate the insight of interbeing, or right view, which can remove all discrimination, intolerance, anger, fear, and despair. If we live according to the 5 mindfulness trainings, we are already on the path of a bodhisattva. Knowing we are on that path, we are not lost in confusion about our life in the present, or in fears about the future. We will now recite the 5 mindfulness trainings. Please listen carefully with a calm and clear mind, and say yes I do clearly every time you see that you have the capacity to receive, learn, and practice the mindfulness trainings read. Dear friends, are you ready? These then are the 5 mindfulness trainings. The first mindfulness training, reverence for life. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I am committed to cultivating the insight of interbeing and compassion, and learning ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and our earth. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to support any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. Seeing that harmful actions arise from anger, fear, greed, and intolerance, which in turn come from dualistic and discriminative thinking. I will cultivate openness, non-discrimination, and non-attachment to views in order to transform violence, fanaticism, and dogmatism in myself and in the world. This is the first of the 5 mindfulness trainings. Do you make the commitment to receive, study, and practice it? Please bow your head. The second mindfulness training, true happiness. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression. I am committed to practicing generosity in my thinking, speaking, and acting. I am determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. And I will share my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in need. I will practice looking deeply to see that the happiness and suffering of others are not separate from my own happiness and suffering. That true happiness is not possible without understanding and compassion. And that running after wealth, fame, power, and sensual pleasures can bring much suffering and despair. I am aware that happiness depends on my mental attitude and not on external conditions, and I can live happily in the present moment simply by remembering that I already have more than enough conditions to be happy. I am committed to practicing a right livelihood so that I can help reduce the suffering of living beings on earth and reverse the process of global warming. This is the second of the 5 mindfulness trainings. Do you make the commitment to receive, study, and practice it? Yes. Please start. The third mindfulness training, true love. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I am committed to cultivating responsibility and learning ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. Knowing that sexual desire is not love, and that sexual activity motivated by craving always harms myself as well as others. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without true love and a deep long-term commitment made known to my family and friends. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. Seeing that body and mind are in unison, I am committed to learning appropriate ways to take care of my sexual energy and cultivating loving kindness, compassion, joy, and inclusiveness, which are the 4 basic elements of true love, for my greater happiness and the greater happiness of others. Practicing true love, I know that I will continue beautifully in the future. This is the third of the 5 mindfulness trainings. Do you make the commitment to receive, study, and practice it? Yes. The 4th mindfulness training, loving speech and deep listening. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I am committed to cultivating loving speech and compassionate listening in order to relieve the suffering and promote reconciliation and peace in myself and among other people, ethnic and religious groups, and nations. Knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I am committed to speaking truthfully, using words that inspire confidence, joy, and hope. When anger is manifesting in me, I am determined not to speak. I will practice mindful breathing and walking in order to recognize my anger and look deeply into its roots, especially in my wrong perceptions and lack of understanding of the suffering in myself and in the other person. I will speak and listen in a way that can help myself and the other person to release suffering and to see the way out of difficult situations. I am determined not to spread news that I do not know to be certain, and not to utter words that can cause division or discord. I will practice right diligence to nourish my capacity of understanding, love, joy, and inclusiveness, and gradually transform anger, violence, and fear that lie deep in my consciousness. This is the fourth of the 5 mindfulness trainings. Do you make the commitment to receive, study, and practice it?
Yes.
The 5th mindfulness training, nourishment and healing. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I am committed to cultivating good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will practice looking deeply into my consumption of the 4 kinds of nutriments, namely edible foods, sense impressions, volition, and consciousness. I am determined not to gamble or to use alcohol, drugs, or any other products which contain toxins, such as certain websites, electronic games, TV programs, films, magazines, books, and conversations. I will practice coming back to the present moment to be in touch with the refreshing, healing, and nourishing elements in me and around me, not letting regrets, sorrow drag me back into the past, nor letting anxieties, fear, or craving pull me out of the present moment. I am determined not to try to cover up loneliness, anxiety, or other suffering by losing myself in consumption. I will contemplate interbeing and consume in a way that preserves peace, joy, and well-being in my body and consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family, my society, and the earth. This is the 5th of the 5 mindfulness trainings. Will you make the commitment to receive, study, and practice it?
Yes.
Dear friends, you have received the 5 mindfulness trainings, which are the foundation of happiness in the family and in society. They are the basis for the aspiration to help others. You should recite the trainings often, at least once a month, so that your understanding and practice of the 5 mindfulness trainings can grow deeper every day. A mindfulness training recitation ceremony can be organized in the practice center or at home with friends. If you do not recite the trainings at least once in 3 months, you lose the transmission and today's ceremony will be nullified. Dear friends, as students of the Awakened One, you should be energetic in practicing the way the Buddha has taught, to create peace and happiness for yourselves and all species. Upon hearing the sound of the bell, please stand up and touch the earth 3 times to show your gratitude to the 3 jewels. So please stand up. And touch the earth 3 times with the bell. please have a seat.
Practicing the way of awareness, give rise to benefits without limit. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path.
So thank you, community, for supporting the ceremony. Congratulations to all of the orderlies for receiving or renewing the trainings today. So we will read out the certificate. And after I read these, I might invite assistants to also help reading them. This one has both English and Vietnamese. And so first we seek to version. I'll read the Vietnamese version. Lễ chứng nhận Nguyễn Đức Hải đã tiếp nhận và nguyện hành trì 3 phép quay về nương tựa và 5 giới quý báu vào ngày 26 tháng 3 năm 2017 tại Việc Quay Cấp Seattle với pháp danh là Tâm Định Hương. Chúc mừng chị. Congratulations.
This is to certify that Thu Trần has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings on the 26th day of March in the year 2017 at the Wake Up Seattle with the Dharma name, which is a name you practice with, Tâm Thánh Lưu, joyful wholesomeness of the heart.
And this is to certify that Nguyen Ngọc has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Thánh Đà, joyful communication of the heart.
This is to certify that Trần Như Phượng has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Lý Tiên.
This is to certify that Debbie McCormick received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Hảo, joyful goodness of the heart.
This is to certify that Ying Trương is renewing her 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Hương Nhã, calm fragrance of the heart.
This is to certify that William Nguyen has received the 4th and the 5th of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Shen, joyful mountain of the heart.
This is to certify that Đoàn Phan Thiện has received the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Lý Khuyến.
This is to certify that Doan Phan Tuệ has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness training with the Dharma name Flagler.
This is to certify that Đoàn Phan Trần Trung has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Lý Vi.
This is to certify that Lê Tuyên has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Thể, joyful nature of the heart.
This is to certify that Trần Anh has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Đạo Kim.
This is to certify that Trân Trần has received the second of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Giới, joyful training of the heart.
This is to certify that Nguyễn Tri has received the second, third, fourth, and fifth of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Dũng, joyful courage of the heart.
This is to certify that Linda Fan has received all 5 of the 5 mindfulness trainings with the Dharma name Tâm Khánh Thuận, joyful harmony of the heart. So again, congratulations to all of our friends who just received or renewed their trainings today. We give them flowers. Please know that you belong to the 43rd generation of the meditation school called Alinchi. And all of us who has a name that ends with heart, or in Vietnamese start with Tâm, we belong to the same generation, and that's all of the monks and the nuns here. So we're all brothers and sisters of one another. So let us enjoy the practice and receive and also give support to one another on the path. It's a joyful path, and today is a happy day. Congratulations. And is there any other announcements?
Buddhists that there are few certificates with the name Tâm of the heart, and if you want to add that to your original Dharma name, you can also come to me and make the request, and I'll fix it for you. Thank you.
Good morning, dear friends. Once again, thank you, and congratulations everyone for receiving for those who received the 5 mindfulness training this morning. We actually have a gift for it. I don't know if we have enough for everyone, but we actually have the full passage of A Rose for Your Pocket, Bông Hồng Cài Áo. It's in both English and Vietnamese, and this is the full version. So we'll leave this up here, so if you're interested, you actually can pick up one. It's a very beautiful written passage, and as we listened to it last night, it's just an extract of it, but this is the full version. So we'll leave this on there. If you're interested, you can pick one. And what time is it now? 8:10. So there is no exercise this morning. After this, we can enjoy a short walk or whatever outside to get some fresh air, or get a coffee break or tea break. And then breakfast will be at 8:30. And again, the teens and the young adults are invited to eat in this meditation hall. And this morning we would like to invite the teens family to help out with the mindful service this morning for washing ups. Okay. Yes. Okay. And so right after this, we would like to invite all of the ordinees who just received the trainings this morning to take a pictures with the monks and the nuns, and afterward, and everyone else is welcome to take a picture.
kéo ra phía sau, kéo xa. Xa ra đó.
Dear friends, if I can get one